How are you doing? Quick look.
Doris should be somewhere nearby. Assuming she's still here.
Ah, Claude, I'd like you to take something seeds for planting. Thought it was about time they started growing their own food. I'll keep providing, but if East Pool's going as if though they've lived their whole... Small wonder they ain't got the... And if you're wondering why you... Well, the Wagoneer's taking Sir Wade's putting a brave face on.
All right.
Thanks. Wouldn't ask if I didn't have to. There. That should be enough to keep him in Gazal.
Gizal greens.
Not the most mouth-watering crop, I'll admit. Better that than something that'll... And chocobos love 'em too, which is no small thing. They ain't exactly succulent.
I'll take you.
Anyway, sir, I'll go up...
I'm sure you...
Just because the heavens have gone to Rackaroon, we have to.
I've got greens of all shapes and sizes. Colours too. Mostly
Looking for
green,
shelter,
though.
are you? Come on inside, I'll introduce you tomorrow.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
Oh,
It's been a pleasure, Doris. Just like old times.
I'll give your offer some thought, my lady.
How goes the investigation?
Sid?
You. I heard you were out.
Of course. And it had to be me. The bearers from the drag... She's no fool. If we'd come in for...
That was her just... So... Was it a fruitful reunion?
I'd say so. Seems her time in Rosaria is coming to an end. She's abducted bearers from across... After her brush with those beastmen on the road to Northreach, she hired... She's dangerous.
Then I'm going. I'll take care of the escort.
The Baum Archers, soon to break camp. I heard the Guardian saying we're supposed to grow our...
Ah, what brings...
I deliver.
These aren't Martha's keen to cut the ape. I jest, of course, but they'd long since...
Martha was hoping he might be up so that they'll...
That's... These bearers had only recently escaped them. They know little of freedom, unless we teach them how to live like free men. Not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example. It's about time we all... Unfortunately, we've been a little too busy.
The Horde! They're coming.
Time, Gather them...
Yes.
Akashic. A veritable... We don't...
Now you're out of...
Precisely. If we...
What if you...
You mean the bearers? We brought them...
So wait. You said you lack men to defend the village. Though they may not be trained soldiers like your guardians.
You're right, I will. My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
You would send us to the slaughter, to serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will, a home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for. Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place, Eastpool. This is your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it. You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight like free men and women?
What are you doing?
All right. Give me a sword. I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together. For Eastpool! For Eastpool!
Thank you, Martha.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
Well, if it was numbers you were lacking...
Thanks to you.
Hey.
Lord Rossfield,
So what's the...
we'll divide our forces into several small detachments, each made up of upon engaging with the Akashic. Each detachment...
You're going to...
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded, so injuries must be... By coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from with luck, that point will be the village, and for you...
A sound plan. I'd say you have both in abundance, Sir Wade. Please.
Ha!
Sir Wade!
Then you know we work together, each shielding the... For
Rosaria!
We've no time to...
That I will do.
Suppose we'd...
Right?
The calm before the storm. And here it comes.
can't let Eastpool fall.
And we won't.
You're finished. Stay down.
Too slow.
Farewell.
Looks like that's the...
Lord Rossfield!
What is it?
Owl from the rest. An Akashic curl's been sighted.
Well, the better. So wait.
Hard to say. My men... I could order a detachment.
No. You stay hid. I'll go off. Join me only...
If you're... May the found...
next one's mine. I might not know one. Ready, go? Faster!
Time to fight. There it is. With me, Joshua. All right. Back to east.
Lord Rosfi.
It's dead.
Thank them. We were able... I have guardians. I hesitate.
I think it...
We say... Thank you.
No, Sir Wade. You brought us together.
We never had nothing, but now we...
Forgive, but there's no... We're free. We have to...
And we shall. This is our...
They'll have...
Come on.
This village...
They're not slaves.
No. Your father took pity on... And I believe if he was still with us...
I believe you.
I shall remain here, my lord. After all, this is my...
I think you'll find... But you should be proud. I'll have to pull my weight too. Speaking of which, I ought to be...
Can we continue?
Of course. As Rosette.
Indeed we...
And Clive. Come by. I ain't paid you.
All right.
Lord Rosfield, clearing the goblins from the still...
How could I forget?
There's one sight that I shall never forget. You, facing off against that giant Morble. Not a trace of fear on your face. Since that day, there have been more than a few times when I felt like giving up. When the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor, I thought I may as well just lay down my sword and surrender. But every time, I would think back to the look in your eyes that day and remember what it means to be a shield. Know that whatever trials Eastpool may face, I shall never lose courage. Thanks to you.
So Wade, you have always been a true shield. I know that Eastpool, and indeed all of Rosaria, will be safe in your hands.
Thank you, my lord. I know the rest of the world will be safe in yours.
I'll do my best.
How do? Much obliged. There you go. That all, is it?
The hero? It's lucky you not only did my seed...
I just did...
And it's... Take it.
Thank you, Martha.
So, and a home to free bear...
Well, it was your...
I know that, but I never stopped to think what it would mean. Though I suppose the rest ain't much to... You know, bearers living free like that. Loath as I am...
I take it you didn't know...
Well, if you really want to know, I started doing what I do. In fact, that's how I met him. He showed up at the stables one day, asking questions about who'd been buying up bearers. Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Running a hunt, poking around in their innards. Something awful, anyway. Me, I thought he was a new constable. Thought the game was up. But somehow we both managed to work out what each other was about. And before I knew it, the cheeky arse was rattling on at me about how I was doing it all wrong. After all my hard work. Pfft. Told me I was giving them relief, but not freedom. That my bearers were still dying as slaves. Got right under my skin, it did. Told him if he didn't like it, he could bugger off and report me to the garrison. And do you know what he did? He smiled. And then he laughed. And then I did the same. We made a pact that day. That whenever one of us was in need, the other would always be there for him.
And you were?
Well, we both wanted the same thing. To make life better for bearers. Just like your dad. Do you know I was born right around the time Elwyn became Archduke? Growing up, I saw how he tried to change things. He certainly didn't lack for ambition, that one.
Indeed, but the loftier one's ambitions... Which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps...
Suppose you're right, aye. And if we don't manage it, good thing we've got a few half-decent swords. It's almost enough to give you a little bit of hope. Anyway, better get back to work. Let's see about making everyone some dinner, shall we? The least the folks who saved Eastpool deserve is a hot meal. And you and me ain't gonna save the world on an empty stomach neither.
That sounds like a wonderful idea. Here's the aqueduct. Now to find our stonewort. Yote mentioned blood-red petals. Just my luck. Well, I won't be picking anything till they're gone. There's only one thing for it. Here it is. Better collect as much as I can before reinforcements arrive. All right. That should do it. Let's go.
Yeah!
Good. They haven't broken camp yet. How did Doris come to know us slave?
We've waited long enough. She's not...
Back to civilization.
With all haste. Lest any of you lack... I presume you're... We've suffered too many delays.
Yes.
Oh, it appears we have company. Kill him.
You're welcome to try. finished. So much for you.
You'll forgive me for not... I surrender.
Cid!
Ah, Doris. I take it you're not here to rescue me from our brooding renegade? You know, but casting your lot with this criminal...
Of better fighting for a cause than killing for coin. I'm sorry, Cid. I should have... This woman, my former master, once trained... She raised me like a daughter.
It wasn't all terrible. You were always so eager to learn, and had such clever hands. But you proved yourself... How about it, my little...
I never swore to liberate the... Farewell, must.
You always were a righteous child. Perhaps that's the reason I...
What do you want to do?
I am not the killer she wanted me, and she no longer has friends in high places. The Dame...
All right.
I am. And thank you.
And I should head back to the hideaway.
Welcome back, Cid. Doris's message just arrived.
With any luck, they'll be joined. Oh, and your letter.
I'd been hoping as much. So the slaver we'd been chasing all these months was her former... She's been arrested, by the way. Oh, she won't be getting off lightly. Can't have been easy for Doris.
I'm sure it was.
I hope so. You had quite the past yourself before... Anyway. Thanks.
Keep up the good...
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them. It's a wonder they can still walk.
How may I help you today, Clive? Here you are. Come again. I may have more. Oh, yeah.
Yotei.
Yes, I'm sure it will serve.
I'm very glad.
You and His Grace are very much alike, you know. You think only of how you might help others.
No more than you have minding my brother.
I am, but I beg you, my lord. Do not give...
I'll keep that in. Ready, girl? Faster! Damn it. The whole village has turned. I can walk from here. Fly, Ambrosia! I'll need to deal with these ones first. Safe. How to find this spherical echo? This is it. Right then.
Do you see anything you like? You've a keen eye. I do like a customer who knows what he wants. I'll be here if you need me.
The Dominion's all but done for. And it's lucky we stayed here.
Was that shouting I heard from the barracks?
And you're just gonna fall into line?
What else can I do?
I don't trust this Duke. If we're not careful, he'll undo all the Dane's hard work.
Oh, God, my wards.
What's happened?
The High Cardinal has descended from...
The High Cardinal?
Leader of the Council of Elders. Second only to his radi... Not that any of those things still exist.
And what does he want with...
He wants to a foundation upon... He's already secured the support of the various army remnants.
He would rob...
Believe me. I have used every means...
What does Captain Philip... When the town was under attack, it was him the soldiers rallied around. Couldn't he use that influence again?
How? By a man whose stated aim is the captain can offer them a regular supply of gruel and an occasion... No. But given the mood around town...
Who could...
Clive, would you for your services to Northreach? And unlike Philippe... Well...
I'll see what I...
Thank you.
Tell me then, in the garrison.
Oversee.
All right.
Might this Duke have been at the remembrance ceremony?
Let's hope we didn't make a strong impression.
It's not only control of the garrison he wants. We already have a leader in the Dane.
Halt! Oh, sorry about that. You got some business?
No, actually. I was hoping I'm...
We're under orders, not that. You should be all right. Wait here.
So, you and I shall... tell me.
Neither, Your Eminence.
Ah, you are worried the Yet you needn't be. Pride of place, in fact. But no more. For it is they who...
Why here?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape largely unscathed from the recent troubles. Her defenses are sound, and her garrison well prepared. Which is more than can be said for Oriflamme or Twinside. The Empire wants for a cap... with Caer Norvent as her citadel. We need plans soon enough. These thralls...
I fear you underestimate how... Should they return in force, you will need all the people of...
If Sandbreck is to be one whose... That is what... So that any man who wishes...
Precise... The common folk have little and less, and you would sow the seeds of your new Yes! And I told you then how putting the Empire...
Without an...
And in yours, is that what Griga will...
Do not take her name in...
I'll come back late. Sit. Since revolt, I wonder what the people... It wouldn't hurt to ask. Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall. I've been hearing...
Not going around, and we've hardly a word to the...
I take it you'd rather she was in charge.
As far as I'm concerned, just need it.
The Dominion's all but done for.
And it's lucky we stayed here.
All right there.
Just your opinion. I wondered what...
Not much. It's thanks to nobles like him that we had to set up shop this. And now he's trying to drive us out completely. If the dame said she wanted him run out of town...
That so-called Duke is asking too much.
He'll take everything we have.
A question. What do you think of...
You build a life here if he will do. Whatever.
Well, the people seem united enough. What about the soldiers?
Was that shouting I heard from the barracks?
And you're just gonna fall into line.
What else can I do?
Excuse me, I wondered if you...
Well, I mean, look, the traders might not like having the screws put on them. But if they've volunteered, I think the Duke's got a point when he says rebuild. And if that means people who don't know one end of a sword from another.
It's not only control of the garrison he wants, it's the whole...
We already have a leader in the Dame.
One at a time now. There's enough for everyone.
Thank you. We won't forget.
You're
on the Dame's behalf, yes. What do you think?
I'm a soldier, mate. Listen, I've got nothing but respect for the... That's where my loyalties lie. If the Duke can get us the men and the equipment we need to fight...
I hear the Duke of Orif. Do you think that...
All I know is that unless the... Look, no one likes all the...
Want Sandbreakers back on her feet?
Let's see what Philippe makes of all this.
Sabine, you are embarrassing me.
Well, what do you think?
What do I think? I think...
Welcome back. Wraiths give you any trouble?
None worth mentioning.
Captain.
For you, thank you for... How can I...
I wanted to... Do you intend...
To tell you, it's my sworn duty as a captain.
Philippe, I remember you saying that you became a...
That's right.
Well, she did...
Thank you, Clive, protecting the people. Well, thanks again.
It seems Philippe wants to do the right thing, at least. I expect Isabel will be pleased to hear that, if nothing else.
Ah, were you...
I what?
Well,
it will, though I doubt it will come as much consolation. They deserve to be heard, Clive.
Sadly, His Eminence values their obedience more than their opinion. I fear he sees the people as mere pawns on his... Needless to say, they themselves are of a different opinion, and would rather soldiers mean well, and not just because of the
I thought, had I sworn to protect Sambrak? I dare say I too would want nothing. Thank you.
I don't know.
What happened?
I handed it in. Told the lads I wished them well, but that I owe it to those I love. Because I realised not following some nobleman's orders for protecting. I honestly don't know when though, but I'm certain they're not. And when they do come, we need to... With you, it was you. There's no point.
Indeed.
All of us. That has always been... We have... Thank you for...
Anything. Speaking of standing together, I fear...
Not at...
Wouldn't be...
There may be a I, for my part, shall continue to work upon... But I said until...
Until then.
We'd have our coin, our stock and our stalls, and we're just supposed to hand the old lot over.
Come on. Two down, one to go. That's all of them. Owain can uncross his toes now.
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them. It's a wonder they can still walk.
With Canva in the hands of Akashic.
Ah, sir.
Good, thankfully. Here.
Ah, that's brilliant! Thanks a blimmin' million! I'll fit 'em to the smelter right away! May I present to you the Telemon Furnace? Ain't bad, is she?
She's a beauty.
You saved my bacon again, Sid, and I ain't about to let your good deed go unrewarded.
It's fine, really. My bag's flexible enough already.
Oh, don't say that. I'm sure I can make a few improvements to it yet.
You could just buy me a bigger...
How about that clasp? Looks a bit stiff. Reckon you... And I reckon I know how. With a... It's a metal, see? So it's lovely and strong.
Stretchy metal.
Bah. So...
Thank you.
Shh. And I wanted to get some practice in using that metal anyway. Can't think of any right now, but... Maybe even one day, the whole world's gonna know about the inventions you've helped us put together.
They'll hardly believe...
How was she? The Enterprise, I mean.
So Dravost is still standing. For now, at least.
Would you like to see my wares? Thank you. Certainly. Here you are. Certainly. Farewell, traveller.
Clive!
And the
Mostly off to the north still. But I spoke to Doris's scouts and it turns out... Told old Snotty to be ready to see enough for the village.
Well done.
Well... I'd never have guessed, you know. Who'd have thought that the savior of Dravost would turn out keen to help us out again?
I am.
Thought you could sneak off without me. Blackthorn.
Oh, what are you doing here?
One of the scouts couldn't keep it, unlike my best mate who didn't think I deserved to know. So then, how long's it been?
Not enough for us two to turn into a pair of old codgers, I see.
That your idea of an apology? Prick.
Don't listen to him. You only did what you thought was best. For the village and that.
I did, but that ain't the whole of it. Vulcan, our master, he left it to me. The best... Bloody stupid tradition, in my opinion. If someone's got talent, you should let them practice their craft, not ask them to settle. Our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't about to let that happen to me.
So you're wasting half of mine instead?
You're what travel... Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. So I left to devote myself. I may be a selfish prick.
What? You had to...
Even if it meant...
Enough. You can finish beating each other up once.
Fine.
Yeah.
Sorry, Clive. Short enough. Still, give us a mo, would you? You,
We can't afford...
Right you are. Don't want any nasty... Oh, and... Blackthorn.
Akashic on the move.
How close?
Within sight of the walls. The wash right open.
Good idea.
Understood.
I'm prepared to fight it.
Well, let's hope you don't. Once the scouts are inside, no heroic last stands.
August's right. I've seen what Akash... The people here are tough and willing.
I'm going to start work.
And if they...
You with that, it won't. Take good...
Leave it to me. And...
All right. Which one of you's first?
Titan!
Nice try. Is that it? Apparently not. You're not getting past me.
It's over.
Now, the question... Did I miss it?
Man, as many as I could, he says.
Only all?
Yeah, one or two did try to sneak over.
Good.
In time.
Sid, enough, but mostly...
I'm afraid there's no getting... Meaning that any living thing would...
And that's if the flood don't spread. I hate to say it, but the...
That may be, but with ether floods springing up all over, we'll fortify the gates to the north, and I'll see that they're guarded.
All right.
As for you, Blackthorn, that's twice you've turned up when Dravos... So...
I shouldn't have stayed away so long. And I shouldn't have left without talking it over with you first.
Too bloody right you shouldn't. Though I always envied you. How you made everything look so easy when, for me, it was anything but. You leaving gave me the perfect excuse to hate you. And from that day on, I never once stopped to wonder what it would have been like if you'd stayed. But what you said earlier, it was true. You'd have been the death of this place.
Finally. Something we can agree on. I hope you see the sense of it eventually. You kept this place alive.
Alive, perhaps. Wealthy even, but... Dravos isn't what it once was. Our work used to be the pride of Dalmekia. Now, we churn out the same rubbish day after day, because it's easy and turns a profit. It's not about the craft anymore. I wouldn't send my sons to war wearing the shit most of our smiths are making. I've kept working, honing my skills, trying to lead by example, but no one sees the point. The average castle apprentice has as much passion for the craft as our current lot. Come back to us, Blackthorn. Remind Dravost what a true master blacksmith looks like. I'll even man those bellows of yours if it means we can work at the same forge again.
That's a kind offer. Kinder than I deserve. And I wish I could accept, but I'm needed elsewhere. There's people who trust their lives to my steel, and I daren't let them down.
Fair enough.
But that doesn't mean I couldn't visit from time to time. Let's see if we can't rekindle this town's passion for the craft, shall we?
I'd like that.
Just be sure to tell Snotty to let me in.
I never thought I'd see the day.
I'd say that went pretty well, wouldn't you?
Even better than I...
Sid.
And this is?
A token of our lasting gratitude. But I'm of a mind to make you a far grander gift. Designs for a certain sword have been passed down from chief to chief for generations.
Now hold on, Zoltan. There's a reason no one's made that blade in centuries. There's not been a craftsman equal to the task. I'll admit your cinders make impressive steel, and I've learned to own an edge Odin will be proud of. But the engravings on that thing are enough to make a jeweler cry. And they're not just for show, either.
Have you forgotten what brought you back to Dravost in the first place? A certain ring? I knew I'd never surpass you with the hammer and tongs. So I turned my hand to a different kind of metalwork. Between the two of us, I'd say we're the equal of any master craftsman ever to have graced a forge.
You know, Clive, you wouldn't mind if Zoltan came back to the hideaway, would you?
As long as he can keep our secret.
Right. Zoltan, get your tools.
The stew's awfully thin these days.
We were just about to make a start on...
It's funny, but... You remember Camille? We'll be using his leather work for the grip. The steel, meanwhile, will be tempered in a fire, burning the cinders you charmed out of old Zoltan here. And that whetstone from the Outer Isles, that'll be what gives the blade its edge. And the final flourish will be my talented colleagues' engraving.
A team effort led by the greatest blacksmith alive.
Now, save that talk till the thing's finished, yeah? Right. I'm ready if you are.
To the bellows it is, then.
Well, bugger me. We actually did it.
The sword to end all swords. Ragnarok.
It's quite something.
I, trust you'll take good care of it.
Thank you. Both of you.
So, does this make you pair the greatest craftsman alive, then?
This? It'll take more than that to earn us our place in history. But we're up for the challenge. Here.
A list of materials.
Zoltan and I got talking on the long road back from Dravost.
We reckon with those items there, We could craft something even better than the Ragnarok. Something worthy of a legendary outlaw like yourself.
That's a weapon I'd like to see. You leave this list with me.
I was hoping you'd say that.
One legend at a time, eh, lads? Before you start on the next, who fancies raising a cup to friendship reforged?
Good idea. No more drinking to forget my past. It's about time I had something to celebrate.
Then tap the kegs! Vulcan's boys are on their way!
And if it hadn't been for you... So, what'd it be? That it? Fine.
Oh, the stew's awfully thin these days.
Trouble with your gear, or... So, what'd it be? And?
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
What are you looking for? You're welcome anytime.
What's happened?
Ah, Clyde.
That is...
Yes. Our comrade in But I still have much and more to... You couldn't do me...
What is it, this?
Nothing like... I just need you to go over to the... Find out exactly...
All right.
Thanks.
Don't blame yourself, El. This is their... I know, no, but...
Is something wrong?
Vonnie came to get the talks with the Republic. They've reached an agreement with the Silver... Though prices have fallen of late. We deliberately... But the Consortium offered double what we did.
And you had no opportunity to...
None at all.
El? I saw Vonnie...
And with...
But I thought we were the only ones the Fist were speaking. How did the Consortium...
It's not so surprising. This isn't over. The Consortium will have to sell these... I'm going to...
Alone?
Are you offering to... How kind. You go... Even if I fail to... Someone needs to prepare...
Oh, and that's... Well, it looks like we're meeting the Silver Peak Consortium. She'll never join them after this, surely. No, she said it herself. She means to stay with us then. I can't...
You have to...
You're right. And if El's off fighting for the cause, so I bid you farewell. I'll gather my men and leave for Cash. You go to Randala and see if you can stop my sister biting...
I'll do my... All right. Randala, then.
Lord Rosfield, is there aught?
Perhaps. My brother said that your order was helping him with... Have you learned anything?
Little, and...
I see.
Be assured, however, that we... Even now, our archaeologians scour ruins in
Fallen ruins, I take it.
Indeed. Ultima's thralls are oft sighted among the remnants of the fallen, as if protecting the secrets.
Secrets which...
Should our method, mayhap it would please you to observe.
Would that be possible?
Of course. Perchance you are familiar with Kretov. I was due to visit my colleagues, if you would consent to do so in my stead.
All right. I'll go and meet with them.
They will be... Might I suggest you take the... It will lead you...
Thank you.
I wish... My colleagues await you in Kret.
Everything's back the way it was. I don't know how they did it.
Take that, you naughty thief!
Clark?
I just wanted to see how the town's been.
All is absolutely wonderful. And firmly at the helm. Just...
Are you a lord? They're going to make him the Lord of Dalamil.
It's the mayor of Dalamil, but if the people wish me to lead them, I shall. Speaking of, there may be a rather worrying...
Neither.
I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set in putting aside their different... And they have formed what one could... And they grow more organized.
We'll fight them all off, just like last time.
Of course we will. The longer we avoid facing this one, our best hope, by finding those perhaps,
How could I refuse?
Victor, I have him stationed by the desert gate.
I'll go in.
What's the difference between a lord and a mayor?
A league of outlaws. Sounds like we have some competition. Still in?
Ah.
I thought you'd have returned to Cosnus by...
I did. I've developed something, and having worked so hard to see its sentiment, Master Lubor certainly isn't shy about exploiting.
You're not the only...
What is...
He asked for my aid in putting down, and he said that you might be able...
Then you've come at just the right time. There are more camps in the vicinity, but we must strike together, and we must strike...
All right.
There's one up...
Leave it with me.
Those ne'er-do-wells want to band together.
Fortune, brother. Time to fight. That must be the camp Victor mentioned.
We make this quick.
That's him! The one who killed Locke and Fingers! Take his head off!
I'd better let Victor...
Sid. Ah, I see the...
No, but...
No.
What is it?
The whole... They're saying that Lubor...
What?
Seems that one of our parties wasn't as thorough as they should have been. They let one of the bandits... Some of the children spotted him, and he was about to silence them. And when Lubor felled him with a bolt of magic, and without a crystal...
But that's not possible.
It is, if he's a bearer and has been hiding it all these years, which is what people are saying. If he has, well, I wouldn't blame him. No, still, all those people see is a man who's lied to them all his life. One who has made a leader of himself when the war...
Fuck.
I don't know where we go from here, but I know one thing.
You're right.
And now everyone knows. I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such an occasion. Well, it was bad.
We're sorry, but we just...
There's nothing to be sorry for. All that matters to me...
Look at him talking to his betters like it... All lies, I'll wager.
Once people make up them, we need to just convince the people not to let their prejudices blind them.
You're right.
I'm glad I'm a down. You had to make Conrad, and they know that Lubor and Lord Underhill of Randalar's League of Merchants, however, is a trusted...
I'll do what I... Lubor, I can't promise.
And that...
Why do they always have to make such a fuss outside?
All along that he...
Forgive me for disturbing you.
As have I, Lord Underhill, wasn't it? The rumours that he's a...
He'll never be mayor now.
But what of his wares? In this, at least, he's done the town a service.
Leniency? He pretended to...
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied to us.
So what do you propose?
Perhaps. And they will thank...
The townsfolk have made them.
Nor I.
You never know. Once they're angry...
All right.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's side?
For Sharon.
I assume...
There's still...
But perhaps not in this lifetime.
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. We'll talk some sense.
No, and your effort...
But Lub...
Rosina would often... That steel does not lie. To yourself be true. That rather an ironic one when you consider that her life was taken with a blade of her own. But I do not doubt that she was always true to us, and so must I be. I must do what I know to be. And now, I must embrace my new role of villain, so that for only united can they hope to... I'll need to make a suit...
Don't go, Lubor. We'll be all alone.
Trust me, little ones. It is for...
How could it possibly be? The least you can do is give the townspeople...
I would not take it, Vic.
Over. And so just like that, you're going to... I thought you would, but it seems you hadn't.
Victor.
Forget it.
You sure you're making the right...
Of those available? But where are my manners? Right then.
If there's anything...
I'll...
What I wouldn't give for a hot meal. Looks like this is the end of the road for us.
When are they gonna let us through?
Ready, go?
You deserve a rest. I hope I didn't... Did you arrange to speak?
Here they are.
You wish to consult?
I did. We had all but finished making arrangements.
You misunderstand. The consortium, it was only our regard for you that kept us from bidding. But your hesitancy in accepting our offer to you suggests... And so we...
I did not hesitate. I am simply noting that what is done is done.
Alas, you are too late yet again. We rarely take on such unconventional merchandise without a purchaser in mind. The bearers belong...
Who is your buyer?
A trader from across the water. A most demanding fellow. He insisted the bearers be fed, dressed, even given their own bunks for the voyage over. That's what you get when you deal with continental types.
I wouldn't know.
Oh yes, the culture on the continent is quite different to ours. They pay good money for bearers not fit for the knacker's yard, and treat them like kings. But as long...
That does sound unusual. No matter then. If they've already left our shores, and with it...
My associates will...
I'm sorry you weren't able to save them.
As am I. But he was right. The Silver Peak Consortium did intend to buy those bearers, but their representative hinted at a possible purchase. I feigned interest in joining them in the hope he might be encouraged to tell me more. And he did. As soon as he left, I sent my own offer to...
So you never...
No. I entertained the consortiums, but I was a fool to think they wouldn't find out.
You tried?
I did. And if what he said was true, they deserved... I wanted so...
Eloise! Word from Cashlock. The village is under... A pack of beasts have come down from the mountain. Theo and the others are trying to hold them off as best they need help.
Theo!
I'll go on ahead.
Thank you, Clark. I'll gather some men and join...
Hold on, Theo. I can walk from here. Where's Theodore?
Upriver! He led the dragon that way to keep it from the... We just have to pray, mate.
I can do better. Ambrosia won't help me here. Good girl. Fly, Ambrosia. Damn it. The ether's too thick. These creatures have already turned. Waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does. Looks like it's found me. This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy. Theodore, you had me worried for... We have to get you out of here.
I think it might be a little too late for that. Bearer or no, there's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave. You have my thanks, Sid, for finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream.
Theodore! Don't make me do this.
Stop it, Theo! Stop!
Stay back, Eloise! He's turned. And so will you!
Elle.
Theodore.
Take care of my sister.
Theodore, wait.
Goodbye, Elle.
Thank you, Clive.
That was true bravery he showed. His first instinct was always to protect people.
And now he's gone because I sent him to that place.
It wasn't against his... He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could stand on his own.
To live. He never could come to terms.
What exactly? You once told me Theo was the first bearer you ever helped.
We grew up in Canva. We were born to one of the great trading houses. And I was chosen to inherit the family business. I had my father's head for figures, you see. Theo did not. While I studied the art of commerce, he played at soldiers instead, a late bloomer. For unlike most bearers, it wasn't until his 15th summer that his powers awakened. My parents tried to drive him out of the house and into the care of the constables. But before they could, I took him into mine.
Theo told me something else. He clearly admired your devotion to the cause of freeing others like him from slavery. But he said you deserved a better life than this. He wanted to free you from what he called your bonds, just as you freed him from his.
I would be lying if I said I had not wondered from time to time how much easier my life might have been if I had allowed Theo to be taken and devoted myself to the family business instead. But I have never regretted the decision I made. Being with my brother meant more to me than tradition or reputation. I only had to look at him to remind myself of that night and the choice I made and the fact that I would make the same choice again in a heartbeat. He was never a burden. How could he even think that? If anything, I was the one who weighed him down.
You weren't, Eloise. That he had always been grateful to you for saving him, and that he wanted to repay you by letting you live the life you were denied. Neither you nor Theo weighed each other down. You loved one another. You did whatever was necessary to continue living your lives together, and you always would have.
You're right. All I ever wanted, all I ever did, it was so we could be together. Oh, Theo. Why did you have to... I know Theo wanted me to move. We can make a difference here. I need nothing more. So I'll carry on doing what we do, bringing smiles to people's... and to Theo. This is the life I have chosen.
I've made a choice of my own to continue helping you, however.
Thank you. Let's go on to...